Well, guys, I had this on because I've not been feeling good because I've been breathing the cedar and the stuff that's out there. Even though it's a little rainy, the cedar this time of year really bothers me. So I've had my mask on and I forgot I had it on when I turned the camera on. But anyway, I took my hen out of the freezer and I washed it and I cut it in half. Well, I didn't actually cut it in half, but what I did was split it open, because this is a pretty big size hen. Woo! If I can hold on to it to get it over here. I just split it down the breast to split it open, the way it'll lay flat in my pan. And I took the gizzard and the neck and all that good stuff out. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put that in and let it cook for about 30 minutes or so until it starts getting cooked. And then I'm going to add some potatoes. I'm not going to add a whole lot of potatoes, and I'm not going to add them in the beginning because I don't want my potatoes to disintegrate. But anyway, I'm going to add just a little bit of pepper. Garlic. And this garlic has one of those air things in it to keep it from getting too moist in it. That's what you hear. I don't know why that type always has it, but I'm going to salt it just a little. And that's basically it. I'm going to take a piece of aluminum foil that's big enough to cover my pan. And I'm just basically going to tint my pan a little. And I'm going to leave it like that until I cook it say half hour to 45 minutes. Whoops, I left my cast iron frying pan in there. I forgot I had it in there. But anyway, I've preheated my oven to 400. I'm going to go ahead and put my chicken in there to cooking. And in the meantime, I've got about 4 potatoes over here. I've washed them. I'm just going to peel them off a little bit. Now, sometimes I put carrots in here too. But this time, I'm just going to put some potatoes. Because I'll fix green beans or something else to go with this later. And this way, I'm going to have roasted chicken to eat for Christmas Day, or Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and so on. I don't have to worry so much about cooking anything else unless I want to cook a dessert or something. Because like I said, I'm staying home for Christmas. I'll get together with my son and my family New Year's weekend. I guess you can see what I'm doing here. Yeah, this time of year I get really bad with my allergies because of the cedar and the mesquite trees. You know, this is Christmas tree weather, so all those mesquite and cedar trees are really doing their thing right now. And I am allergic to them. I can't have a live tree in the house because it'll make me sick. But I'm just going to maybe like half these. And I may add another one or two, I think. Because that'll give me plenty of potatoes for several days. Yeah, I think I'll add one more maybe. Maybe another big one if I can find it. That's a fairly good size one here. So that'll be enough potatoes. For me. For several days to eat potatoes with my chicken. Now I'm going to go ahead and let that cook for a while. And we'll check back with you when I check on my chicken. Well, my chicken's been cooking for about 30 minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and add my potatoes. I had 4 or 5 potatoes that I just cut in half. Peeled and cut in half. I think I have room to fit those in there. Yep, perfect. I got potatoes on each side. Slide it down just a little bit so they're not kind of jammed up. And I'm going to go ahead and salt and pepper my potatoes a little. Not much because we've already got garlic, salt, and pepper on the chicken, which will get into the juice. And it'll get down into the potatoes. But I am going to add just a tiny bit, not much. Cover that back over. Be careful not to burn yourself. And I'm going to put it back in the oven and let it cook for another at least 30 minutes or longer. I'll check on it, and when I think it's cooked enough, I'll take the aluminum foil off of it and let it brown real good. But you can put carrots in with your potatoes, or basically any vegetable that you want to cook in there, you can add. As long as you got room, in your pan to add it. And we'll be back. Well, my chicken's been cooking for about another 30 minutes. So I'm going to check on it. And see what's going on with my potatoes and my chicken. At this point, I am going to leave it uncovered, probably for the next 30 minutes, because I want it to start browning. And if it starts getting too brown at the very top, I'll put my aluminum foil back over the top, not fasten it on the sides, but I'll just lay it over the top. Well, I'm going to check my chicken. See if my potatoes are done. So they're getting kind of roasted, and I don't want them to burn. Yeah, I think I'll leave them in there. I can turn them over because my chicken is not ready to come out of there. That way my potatoes will kind of brown on the other side as well. Give me some good roasted potatoes because I want my chicken to brown a little bit more. So I think my potatoes will be okay. Put it back in. Let it roast a little bit more, and when it gets brown enough, I'll take it out. And when I take it out, I can make some gravy. Okay, well, I think it's time for me to take my chicken out. I don't want it too dark. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, I think that's good right there. Go ahead and turn my oven off. And I'm going to go ahead and take my potatoes out of my pan. But this is the way I love my chicken. I love it roasted till it's brown. Went ahead and put a lid on that to keep my potatoes warm. Now I'm going to start to cut my chicken apart. And I put it right over here in this pan. And I got the gizzard and all that good stuff that was in there too. See where my joint is to this. Well, I'll go ahead and cut this leg off. I mean, when you got it this cooked, I mean, you know your chicken is cooked. It's not hard to cut it at all. I mean, look how you just cut through that. I wanted to get these wings cut off. I gotta see where the it's joined to the breast. I don't want to destroy the breast. And I don't want that pan over on me either. See how a lot of times you don't even have to really cut it, it just comes apart. You got this backbone. That's the thigh right there. There's my breast. I can kind of cut it off of the rib cage back there. Don't want bones left in there. But I'm going to cut the breastbone, the breast in half, because that's quite a bit hunk of meat right there. It was a big hen. I mean, that's a hunk of meat. See how that comes right apart? That is some juicy chicken right there. And you got the crispy edge of the, you got the crispiness of the skin. There's the other half of the breast. Don't that look good? I'm eating a late dinner tonight, but I tell you what, it's worth it. Because this is going to be good. And I can leave that little bit in the pan. And what I'm going to do is turn my burner on, and I'm going to make me some gravy. Because you never know. I might want a little bit of gravy on my potatoes, or maybe tomorrow I might want to make a little bit of stovetop dressing. So I'm going to put a little bit of flour in there and be browning it. You never know what you might want to put some gravy on. And if you're going to cook your chicken anyway, why not make you some homemade gravy, chicken gravy? We're just browning the gravy, the flour a little bit in the chicken stock that's left in the pan from the chicken. We'll, cook that just a tiny bit because we don't want raw flour in there. Oh man, that chicken looks so good. I can't wait to eat it. I'm hungry. I'm trying to get some of the juices around there where the flour is. I guess I'll have to do this number. Because my pan has got like a hump in the center. And all the juices run to the outside. And I don't want the juices to the outside. I want them to fry that little bit of flour and brown it for me. about like that, you can start adding some water. Don't want to add too much at one time. You want to scrape all that out of the center because that's where all your brown gravy comes from. And like I said, scrape out the bottom of your pan with your fork because you want all of that brown goodness in your gravy. And I never can keep my mittens clean. Look there, I cook one meal and I've got gravy and grease and everything else all over it. But I tell you, if you really use your kitchen and you really cook, you can't keep pots and pans from getting brown on the bottom. You can't keep your towels spotless. You can't keep your pot holders and your mittens perfectly clean. I can't even talk, so I have to spit it out. Now, while that's heating back up again, I'm going to put a little bit of chicken stock or chicken bouillon. I don't have any more chicken stock because that's my chicken stock that's in the pan. But I'm going to add just a little bit of bouillon. About a level tablespoon. Should be enough. And a lot of times what I do is hold my pan with my dishcloth. That way I'm always washing my dishcloth. But I mean, I can throw the other things in the washer too and just wash them, so it doesn't really matter. And usually when you brown your flour, it's brown enough to brown your gravy because this is chicken gravy. It's not dark brown beef gravy or anything. So it doesn't have to be real dark. And that is better right there than any store-bought gravy you're going to get anywhere. You got some of the chicken pieces in there. You got all that goodness that cooked out of the chicken that's into your gravy. And I'm just going to taste a little bit of that just for the seasoning. That's right on. But you got to cook it a little bit so your gravy thickens and that flour gets cooked, because you don't want it to have a flour taste. That piece out, it's a piece of knuckle or something off of one of the bones. I definitely don't want that in my gravy, because I don't want to be biting down on it. And see, if you have a lot of people to feed, more than just me or 2 people, if you wanted to, you could fix a box of stovetop stuffing to go with the potatoes. Plus you can fix a vegetable like green beans or any type of a vegetable you'd like to go with this, and some dinner rolls, and you've got a pretty good Christmas dinner right there with not a whole lot of work. I mean, that's going to be my meal tomorrow, Christmas Day. I love roasted chicken. And I don't like to put a lot of spices. You saw all I did was put salt, pepper, garlic. And that's basically it. Because the chicken, when it's roasted, it has a good flavor of its own. I don't like to cover up the taste of my food with a lot of foreign spices. I don't want it too far over. But just let it simmer a little bit when you get it to this point, because you want that flour to cook. And as that flour cooks a little bit, it's going to thicken up your gravy. Because we definitely do not want our gravy to taste like flour. And doing it this way, I've only got basically one pan to clean. I don't have to worry about cleaning those until my food's gone. But I love to cook. I love to eat home cooking. But I don't want to spend an extravagant amount of money in all this added stuff you put on your meat, your food, and to me it makes it taste terrible. I just like the basic food myself. And now my gravy's done. Basically what I'm going to do is get me some chicken. Put me some chicken on here. I'm going to get a potato or two. And I'm not going to fix green beans or Brussels sprouts or anything like that tonight. It's getting late. I'm just going to make my, cut my potatoes open a little bit. And I'm going to put me some gravy on my roasted potatoes. Now, just that in itself is a good meal for me. So, I'm going to sit down there and let this cool off a little bit, and I'm going to eat my supper. Like I said, y'all have a Merry Christmas. Try this. It's an easy dish. And like I said, you can cook any type of vegetable to go with this you want. Yams, green beans, whatever. I put roasted potatoes in mine. Like I said, you can put carrots in there if you'd like. It's wide open when you're doing your own cooking. You can cook what you want. You know, you can change your recipe to suit what you like. But there y'all go. That is my roasted chicken the easy way. And my potatoes. So y'all have a blessed day. Please like, share, subscribe to my videos. I'll see you on my next one.